everyone. Welcome to The Token and the Truth. I'm your host, Lady Drea Renee, joined by the main man, all dark today, Mr. Freddie B.
You know, because we coming with the pain today. You know, you are because you called it on the story you posted. You called it, so I had to make sure. My neck covered up. You know what I mean?
Guys, let me know if you can even see Freddie. It's like, are you there? It's like you're like matted into the back.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be a funeral.
I don't even know what that means, Freddie. Let's put our banner on today. Why not? Where is it?
Throw it on.
Yeah.
Throw our banner on.
Yeah. See, now we need to add a little color. Let's add a little color, and then when we do,
Won't need no color. All black everything.
Thank you for the like. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like. As Freddie B says, it's free and none for the likes. Right, Freddie?
Right. Likes are free. Support is free, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Throw that on there, man. Share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, you guys. So we have some, I have to brace myself because I sent Freddie a clip. And to be fair, I'd like to give the caveat that I was not fully aware of who was saying the clip. I just agreed.
I bet you did agree.
Yeah, I agreed. I mean, I'm not wild about who said it. And we have to say consider the source. However, I'm just going to ignore who the person is and focus on the message. Focus on the message. Okay?
You can't do that because I know you'd be hard pressed to find another man that will say everything he just said in this clip. But play the clip.
First of all, Freddie, you actually can find another man who would say the things that he does in this clip.
I said you would be hard pressed.
Doesn't that mean you won't be able to find him?
No, you'd be hard pressed with me. It'd be it would prove very, very difficult to find another man saying this.
That's what I'm saying. I disagree. You will not be hard pressed, Freddie. But anyway, we'll play the clip and we'll see what you guys think. I'm going to change it to this little jazzy thing here. Okay, there we go.
If that's the case, I really want you to find the other guy who would say these things he's saying.
It's not impossible. Just now.
We say women got the unrealistic expectations, and some of them do, but ain't nobody got more unicorn, fairy tale, Dora the Explorer expectations of the opposite sex than us men. Again, some women do expect a man to be 6 feet tall and make six figures and have a abs, and that's unrealistic for most men. But I know like 10 dudes already that fit into that category. All you got to do is have a good job and some good genetics and you're straight. But look at us. Like what do we expect of a woman? She got to be a virgin, but she got to be a freak. You got to pay half the bills, but she got to do 100% of the cleaning, the cooking, the child raising. She got to be exhausted from all of that, all the cooking and washing and cleaning and all that good stuff, and still be horny enough to meet our sexual needs and get a good night's rest, but also wake up in the middle of the night in case we want some head and a turkey sandwich. That ain't it. She also got to give birth to all our babies because, we got to have that legacy. But then she can't have no stretch marks and she got to lose that baby weight in 30 days or less. And then she got to do it while fighting postpartum depression by herself because we're going to tell her she having an attitude or something like that because all we thinking about is we ain't got no vagina in the last 6 weeks that she got to take to heal. That ain't it. Then she can get older, but she can't look older. Otherwise, we're going to say that she's falling off. Like the list goes on, but just tell me something. How many women do you know that fit into that category? None. So who really got the unrealistic expectations? That's
okay. So that was Derrick Jaxn. Is that correct? Derrick Jaxn, who just shared his lovely thoughts on, men having some unrealistic expectations. The reason I wanted to bring this video up is because he does highlight the things that a woman does bring to the table and kind of some of the things that I feel like men dismiss, and they're like, what do women do? Women don't do everything. Men have to go out and show up to the table. They do everything. Look, I don't agree with everything he said when he's like, oh, you just have good genetics and you have a good job and all these, things are just crossed off the list. I don't agree with that. And I don't know, he was a little intense in this video, but I appreciate his intensity for women because right now there's a huge attitude going around the internet about what women aren't doing, women aren't entitled, and the modern woman and all this and that. So I just like the fact that he does highlight some of the things that do go into being a woman. And in some of the environments that I'm in my life, some of this stuff is very true of what a man aesthetically expects a woman to look like and have their kids and be a freak in the bedroom and take care of everything and not be tired and look pretty. Now, if you get you the right man who really loves you, he's not going to care about the stretch marks and all the things. But as Freddie loves to say, men value the aesthetics of a woman. So some of these things are true, and the pressure that women are getting put under to look a certain way, be a certain way, feel a certain way. And to, you know, on top of that, make sure your man's satisfied sexually, but you can't be too much of a prude, right? But also don't have too many bodies on you, because then that's not going to look good either. These are real things. Now, I don't agree with some of his lifestyle choices, but I do agree with his messaging. And I think it's important to highlight, because a lot of times we're doing these videos, Freddie, and we'll show some today where everyone just bash on the women. And I think it's important to highlight these things. Go ahead.
All right. Are you done?
Men in black today.
So the thing is, here's the thing, man. Nobody's bashing on the women. Like it's not a bash. It's just that most women can't. They don't. Accountability is a kryptonite. They don't know how to take accountability. Most women don't take accountability. So that's the first thing. So it's not a bashing on the women. Second thing is, yeah, what he said at the beginning is all a man needs is a good job and good genetics. Like this man said, like you can just go to the store and pick up some good genetics and you good and you set. And then they giving out good jobs. Because the thing is, what he's referring to is called the 666 method. That, you know, I know it sounds bad, but the 666 method with women. You got to be 6 feet tall, have a six pack, make six figures. And so the thing is that, yeah. And so, and women have been wanting this since the 80s. That's been a thing that's become lexicon, that women, like if you got that, you good to go. 6 feet tall, six pack, making six figures. And so the thing is, he said good genetics, like that's just like, oh, pish posh. Like it actually, so like when he said that, it reminds me of, I was playing basketball on this team. Like sometimes like I was doing this, in New York, they got like a rec team that adults you could pay and they keep stats. So you can play like actual basketball game, play a whole season. And if you get into the championship, you play in Barclays Center. So we was playing a game one time and we was playing against this other team. And this team, they was running, but we was up by 2 points. My team was up by 2 points. This dude, we called a timeout. This dude said on the sideline, I kid you not, he said, we would be blowing them out if they wasn't 18. I was like, bro, you said that like that's just something small. They 18. They got unlimited energy. We are not 18. We are now late 30s. Like you said that like something small. I told him like you said it's something small. That's huge. That's age. They're half our age. It's very important. It's not anything small. He was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I was like, exactly. So Derrick Jaxn said all this like people could just, like dudes could just become 6 feet and they could just get a six pack. No, that's not how that works.
You can't get a six pack if you try. You can't add height, but you can add a six pack.
So here's the thing, even with a six pack, like it depends on where you coming from and how you grew up and what you were doing. Like some dudes never played sports in school, so them trying to get it. Like the thing is we're not talking about just being fit. We're talking about a six pack. Like we can see your ab definition. Like that is a lot of work. That's nutrition and working out. You got to change your whole lifestyle. It ain't just working out to get a six pack. It ain't that simple to get a six pack.
Don't like that, by the way. A lot of women like the dad bod. They like a little extra on there anyway. So you don't really have to have a six pack.
No, yeah, there's a lot of women who like the dad bod, and it's not really just necessary. But going off what the clip you pulled up and what he was saying, and that's also a thing. The 6'6", 6 feet tall, six pack, six figures. It's a lot of dude. The average height for an American is 5'10". It's not like just a bunch of 6 foot. You gotta go to the Scandinavian countries to find you just a bunch of 6 foot, or Eastern Europe, a bunch of 6 foot dudes walking around. Like some dudes just ain't 6 feet, and it ain't gonna happen. It's impossible. And then so that's impossible to do. It's not happening. And six pack, it's hard. Six figures. Only 10% of the men in the country make six figures. 90% of dudes don't make that.
Are you sure it's 10%?
I'm 100% positive. Anybody out there can look it up. 10% of men. The average salary of a man is like $45,000 to $50,000. Average, 45 to 50. That's an average man. $100,000 a year. 10% of men make that. And then on top of that, a lot of the men who make that live in New York and LA. So those six figures ain't even really right. So then when you do that, that six figures ain't even cracked up to what it's cracked up to be, what you think it is. So that whole first part of what he's saying is just bunk. As we proceed, then him saying, I'll say that for later. Then he gets into what men want from women. The women want be a virgin, but then be a freak, but don't be approved, but then snap back. No. Dudes out here, it's not. Here's the thing. Dudes want a freak, not necessarily a girl that knows how to do everything. That's the difference. That you gotta understand what the difference is. Do you know the difference is?
There's a balance, right? So if you show up and you're giving crazy dome to somebody, as you love to say, and you do that, a guy might look at you like, what? Hold on, right? It's true.
You're not listening. Drea, you're not listening.
And she do this.
You're not listening.
To what, Freddie?
So here's the thing. I didn't say dudes want a freak slut. We didn't. Dudes not necessarily saying, listen, because there's not a hoe. We don't want a hoe with all the bodies on her. We don't want a hoe. We want a freak slut. And so here's the thing. And even with that, we're not even saying, dudes aren't saying that you got to come in with the whirlwind, like killing the game. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is you got to have the heart and desire to want to be there. Just give us the want and the desire that you want to lay in it. You want to just be wild and freaky and smack you in the face and do all types of wild stuff. Like, be on that tip that you want to do it. And the thing is the vast majority of women will learn. Like, as you with your man, you'll figure out what he likes, how he likes it, all that type of stuff, and you'll learn. You'll figure it out. That's all men are asking. Men aren't asking for a woman to come in and be super whirlwind.
My dad's in the chat. No, Melvin Grace. That's my dad. Shout out to my dad.
I know that's your dad. He said, we don't know what he said no to, though. There's that.
No.
So
talking about men want a freak slut.
No. So once again, a freak slut is a woman who has a desire to get down with you. She wants to dome you up. She wants to do all that. She might not have done it before, but now she's with you. Now she's like, baby, what's up? What you up for? I'm with it.
Freddie, this is what I'm talking about. This little like pocket that women kind of have to live into, where they come in all docile, but they go into the freak cave just for the one person. I mean,
what?
If she's going in the freak cave, she's probably already been in the freak cave. And a lot of women, what ends up happening is they pretend that they've never been to the freak cave, so the men can feel like, oh, she just did it especially for me.
We are. And so here's the thing. There, a wise man once said, "I want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed." So that's the whole concept. It's not that you got to be in no pocket. It's just that you don't need to be out here like Sexy Red. My booty pink, my booty hole brown. I want to go to down a pound town. Like, no.
Give her attention, that girl. Oh my gosh, she's.
Yeah, like we want a lady in the street and a freak in the bed. And the thing is that dudes have I'm not gonna say no, but because you got a lot of guys who just miss social cues. But generally speaking, you'll find that a lot of guys will be with a chick and know that she playing that role, but then switch it up. Wedding Crashers. Wedding Crashers is a great movie with a girl. She acted like she didn't know what she was doing, but she actually was way out there. I remember times where I've been with chicks and they tell me things because there's a bunch of chicks know they like once she told me she was a virgin. Was not a virgin. I don't know why she told me that. I didn't care. She
doing too much.
Yeah, I don't know why she did. Yeah, she went way too far. But chicks do this all the time, and I get it. But the thing is that we don't want a woman that people know. Like it's known. Like keep your business tight. Where it's like not many people know. The only people you've been with know, and that's it. And it's not like just put out there on Front Street that you were a hoe. No. Like, okay, you've been with a couple people, you've been with some guys, cool. You ain't been with nobody, that's fine. But when you get with me, we want you to bust it wide open. That's it. That's simple. That's simply it.
She's not busting it wide open in general. She may have some problems busting it wide open for you. That's that's kind of how that goes. That personality, I think out there who are just sexually free and can do, you know, whatever needs to be done. I think that isn't just going to like open up for everybody for just one person. For some women, sure.
I think,
like, oh, I've been,
I think,
you know, docile my whole life, but you know, I don't think that's
I
happening.
think the thing is, Dre, see, like, the thing is, I've been with chicks like that. And so I think you missing my point. I'm not saying she knows what she's doing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about her skill. I'm talking about you can have a girl who do not know what she's doing, but then she gets with that guy that she really wants to be with, and then she like, hey, you know, I can figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing. It's gonna be rough in the beginning, or it might be okay, but I'm open to you. Like, what do you want to do? I'm with it. Like, let's do it. Like, okay, oh, you like it? I'm gonna get down there and do my thing, and I will. The thing is we know how to learn. We do something enough, we can figure it out. Start to watch some movies. Like, I used to date a chick. With the first time she gave me head, it was horrible. It was arguably the worst hit I've ever had in my life. By the next year, 2 years later, bing bong boom. She was on point. Right. That's because she was open to me.
Do you remember the story I told you about? And I'm not going to name any names here, but I had a friend who is now, I don't know if he's engaged with her or not yet. Okay. And
he's like, I'm not going to name no names. I hope you know.
I'm not going to name no names. I'm not. But I had a friend, and he is in the process of possibly marrying a woman that's amazing. She's amazing. She's great. They get along, all the things. But she is terrible in bed. Terrible. And they have not been able to reconcile it. They've been together now for, I don't know, 3-4 years or something like that. And she has not come around. She has not opened up to him. She's just never been that way in her life. She's just not experienced. So I'm just saying these things do happen. Like, I don't know if it's just
how old is she? She's older. She got to be older.
She's 29. 28, 29. I mean,
is she lame? She sounds lame. She sounds lame as hell.
She's very nice. She's a great girl. I just think.
No, I'm not saying she's not nice. She just sounds lame. Is she lame? It's not. She lame.
She's wonderful. I just think that she, you know, my dad. Did you say leave her, Dad? Oh my God, my dad is in the chat. He said leave her.
So yeah. No, he said bounce. So, but I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Makes his life easier. She's nice. She doesn't bother him. She gives him space. She does all the things. In the other area, he's very not satisfied. So, what are we gonna do there?
I mean, I wouldn't say leave it just because I mean, like we talked about this before we went on. Like I was just in touch. We were talking to two guys who have both been married over 15 years. About 15, 16, 17 years, both of them, and they both were like, not at 15 years, like sex ain't even a thing. They was like, you know, they both two white guys. They was like, you know, hey man, you know, I might get a blowjob on my birthday, you know, if it's outside of that, then I'm like, you know, oh, is it my birthday? Oh, you know, like she might sneak a little surprise one in the year. They was like, they probably get like 2-3 blowjobs in a year. Like having sex is like, you know, they might want to do it with her. She's like, oh no, I'm gassy. Oh, and then like he was saying like sometimes they sit around the house. And if she starts to get a little frisky, and then she asks them like, "Yo, did you take a shower today?" They like, "Oh, boom!" They hop up immediately, hop in the shower. They take the world's fastest shower to get out. They're like, "All right, boom, we about to get some today, tonight, or whatever." So you know, basically all that to say, like, sex and intimacy is so far removed, and these guys are in their mid-40s. We ain't talking about they're married, they in their 60s, and they ain't physically able. Like they in their mid-40s, still able to knock it down, but sex just ain't a thing. It's just their wives just do things for them and show that they love them. And then now they've gotten to the point. Cause I asked one of them, we was walking away. I was like, so like you 45 and you ain't getting topped up like that. You ain't like, you know, how does that work? Like you trap cause he's an MC like me who's co-hosting. I'm like, you traveling. Like, I know you be wanting to get topped up. Like, how does that work? Like, she ain't doing it. Like, he was like, I mean, now I've got to the place to where like, I don't want to, he was like at the beginning of the relationship, he did some stupid stuff to where they was almost about to get divorced. I heard this time and time again, but he was like, nah, you know, I just don't want to mess it up. Cause it's like we here and he's seen the things that she will do for him and the length that she will go to get things done for him. And he just be like, forget it. Like, I just ain't getting topped up. I don't have sex. Forget it. You know, it's my wife. She love me. I keep it moving.
I think that's a really tough place to be in. And I really on it. I don't think either of us really can. It's, you know, being with somebody 10 plus years, 7 plus years of like what that's like and what your sexual experiences are like. But I do think if you and your partner are not having sex, I mean, somebody may be possibly having sex with somebody else. If you're not having sex for years, or, you know, blowjobs are a special occasion, and so on and so forth, I do think that people end up having to get their needs met elsewhere. And then you end up in situations like, oh, we almost got divorced. We had to, you know, regroup and do things again. Yes, Dad, I saw you said a man has needs. Please, I am not going to highlight that. I'm definitely not going to think about your needs, Dad. Okay, I get it. But yeah, I think it's important. And this is what I will say. I think people do kind of underestimate the value, or say like, oh, I don't need to do this sexually for my partner. I don't need to do these things. But I think that's definitely the beginning of the breakdown in a relationship. And if you are with somebody for that long, again, cannot speak to this, haven't done it that long, for 10 plus years. I think if you aren't really putting the work in there, your relationship's going to fall apart 100%. Or they're just going to go get it from somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, now that I agree with. I think, yeah, if you with somebody, y'all ain't had sex all year, and it's a good chance that, you know, somebody else knocking it down, or, you know, he ain't got topped up all year. You know what I mean? But I think when you get to that place, it's more for the quality of the experience, not even just the quantity, the quality. Like, you know, and like I said, that goes back to your woman being a freak, like coming in. And so going back, so if you just tuning in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, please. Support is free. We're not asking for no money. We ask you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. At least like the same comment. Right. And so if you just tune in, we just played a video by Derrick Jaxn, and he said a whole bunch of goofy stuff. And so no, he said a bunch of goofy, because the thing is, what he said about men is unrealistic. Like, men ain't asking for that. I don't know what men he around. I don't know. I've never in my even my dad. My dad is the most like, man, these bitches like, why these all like that. He is the most guy like that. I've never even heard him say that. Like, dudes aren't expecting a chick to like, snap back in a month. Snap back in a month. I ain't never heard that. Like, now a dude does not want his woman to go crazy. Like, oh, she was your size, Drea. Then they get married, they have a baby. Next thing you know, like, Drea, you probably about 130 or something like that. Women will be your size and have a child, get married, and then be 230. They'd be like, hold on, wait, nigga, like, you weigh more than me. You weigh more than me. No, man. Men do not want women that weigh more than them. I am a man. Why do you weigh more than me? No, like right now, I'm 205. I'm 205, 210. 6'2", 205, 210. No reason a woman should be bigger than me. None. No reason a woman should be close to me. No reason.
The ladies' stats right there. Freddie, you saying that no man says these things about what they want from a woman, that is absolutely not true. No. What I'm saying is, to the extent of what he said. The extent of what he said is like all that. Like, men ain't saying that. Like, you can look in the comments, all the men in there like, no. Like, what are you talking about? Maybe maybe I'm talking about a different group of people, and that may be the case. But if you're going into certain tax brackets, people are adamantly having these conversations and saying certain things that they expect from women. That is
what tax brackets, Dre? Exactly. What tax brackets?
I'm just saying.
What tax bracket?
Get off the camera, Freddie.
What tax? Yeah, say the tax bracket.
I'm saying that there are men out there who are setting these expectations for women. Okay, now
say the tax bracket.
I'm not going to say the tax, but it's a high tax.
Exactly. You talking about tax bracket where probably 0.5 men exist. 0.5% of men exist.
True. That is not true. Okay.
I think you talking about a tax bracket that's over $250,000. Am I right?
Oh yes, of course.
Exactly. We talking about less than 1% of the men in the country.
Freddie, my point is, there are men who say this. There are men who have these requirements of women. What I'm trying to do.
I'm not disputing that, but the thing is, I'm not about to speak to a far outlier and then make that the main point. Like, outliers are not the main point.
No, of course not. But I'm saying there are men who require certain things.
We got that. That's fine. Yeah. Are there men here? There's 6 men over there. Cool. That's fine. But they are the outliers. They are the outliers, and I'm not speaking to that. The vast majority, it's like probably 170 million men in this country. 169 million of them will say he's stupid. There's probably a
Right.
million men that's like, yeah, you know, that's. But the thing is also the men you speaking about, they got the money to where like, okay, look, I can see the DR get you a nice BBL. I could get you BBL here. I ain't got to see you to get the discount. I can get you tight right here.
No.
Like they got the money, to pay for personal trainers and everything she need to work out, to get the best food, have a chef, all that, to where you make.
A man still doesn't want his woman, like you just said, gaining weight and doing all these things. There are expectations that are put on women. That is just what it is.
There are expectations on men. There's expectations on people, period. Like,
do whatever you want, do whatever you. No, there are expectations that are set on women as well, and that's what he was highlighting, because we don't talk about that. There are expectations that are set on women.
No.
You could be in the best tax bracket or the lowest tax bracket. Men still want to walk around with a hot girl on their arm. I don't care what tax bracket that you're in. That is true.
And women want a man with a lot of money. Like, okay, surprise, surprise.
Right.
But what he said is highly unrealistic. And here's the thing, and then that gets me to my next point about Derrick Jaxn. Derrick Jaxn feeds women so much fluff, and he speaks to this far outlier of a sense of a man. But he has women thinking like, yeah, and gas them up. He gasses women up. And we saw what happened. He had a bunch of groupies that were loving him. He got a wife at the crib. He knocking off all the groupies who gassed up by his words, who love him so much. And let's
not bring his personal life into this.
but that was the thing. He finessed women, and then it all came out how he finessed y'all, and he been finessing y'all, and he had a whole bunch of chicks he was just knocking out. He played football in high school. He's a ladies' man. He found the weakness in women. He figured out women are feelings based. All I gotta do is speak to their feelings and tell them what they want to hear, and then juice it up to the 10th degree. Women will hear me, and women won't even be like, hold on, wait, I think he's doing too much. Because the thing is, vice versa. If you had a woman doing that, men be like, hold on, wait, she doing a little too much. Like, okay, I get women doing this. Who?
Lady Pearl or whatever her name is. What's her name? Pearl. Pearl's doing too much too, but people love what she's got to say.
Pearl.
The girl, the white girl, Pearl. The one who's on men's side.
No. Yeah, no. All she does, she just repackaging. All she does is repackaging what Kevin Samuels was saying. She not doing. She not. No. Here's the thing. I've seen women online that actually they call them pick-me's. I've seen women actually being actively pick-me's. Like, okay, you doing too much. You trying to really ingratiate yourself to men and make yourself seem holier than them. This like this that and third. It's like you doing too much, mom. And I've seen the comments, dudes like, yeah, I don't know about her. She the type that take you for all you get married to you, then switch and take you for all your money. Dudes be saying that in her comments, but she hadn't blown up like that. She got a couple of followers, but she hadn't blown up because she do too much. Derrick Jaxn, with women, you can do too much. You can speak to what y'all want to hear, tickle your ear, say some wild stuff, and do way too much, and y'all will blow up.
Like that? Why are you simplifying women like that? All you got to do is whisper something in our ear and tickle our ear, and we're just gonna be like, oh.
I mean, yeah, generally, like now you do have those women out there who know better. Like, hold on, wait, they don't get swayed. They got feelings, and they recognize them, but they don't get swayed by their feelings. But the sad fact is, the majority of women will get swayed by their feelings, and then like, yeah, especially those bitter women that have been hurt, especially women that have been hurt by a guy recently, and they still dealing with it. You hear Derrick Jaxn, you like, here, look at Derrick Jaxn. Yeah, you tell him, Derrick. Yeah, everything he said. Yeah, and then women look at Derrick Jaxn like, see, there are men out there that get it, and that's how Derrick Jaxn had all them groupies on the side smashing, because he had these cute girls who thought he was like the man. He just took advantage of it. Come to find out, he married, and then one of the girls extorted him, essentially, put it out like, hell no, because she thought.
This is not an episode about Derrick Johnson's personal life, okay? For the record, this is an episode about his message on Instagram that I felt needed to be highlighted. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Yes.
No, so anyway, it's not about his personal life. It's explaining why he said what he said.
It's not about his personal life. Okay. We are highlighting that women get expectations put on us as well. Men want things too, just as women want things as well. And that's fine. And it was nice to hear a video where some of these things, albeit I agree with everything, what he said was true. Thank you. Let's move on to the next video. Frederick.
But look. Note to self: never bring up a Derrick Jaxn video again. That's the worst thing any woman can do. You look at Derrick Jaxn. No.
I like the message. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, K makes a good point here. Expecting dated gender roles in an advanced society is unrealistic. Women are working and advancing in ways that formerly was expected of men. I wouldn't say formerly was expected of men. That still are expected of men, but now women are doing it as well. And so there is something there with what she's saying. We live in a first world country, so we have an infrastructure that exists that changes things. But the thing I would say is that infrastructure, one, was built by men and is maintained by, for the most part, by men. And the thing is that we count on this infrastructure like it's foolproof, like it's just gonna go. But we've seen examples of that infrastructure failing multiple times. And then when it does happen, like matter of fact, like I remember the conversation we had about when you go to Burning Man. You've been to Burning Man and you've told me about how it's set up. Like there's no infrastructure there. It's set up to where what she's saying is no, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
What are you saying?
Like so you go to Burning Man, you got the camp. And when you go to Burning Man, you told me about the camps that you have. They have to be set up, and you got everything got to be built and set up for people to go in and exist out there. You can't, because you're just out in the desert.
Everyone builds the camp, men and women, just so you know. We're all doing it.
Yeah, I remember you told me everybody is doing it, but you also told me like the camp and all the camps are headed by men, and then the men do the bulk of the heavy lifting, the actual building and the heavy logistics. Well, men do all that.
I tried, but I can only do so much. Sure, but I did try.
That's my point. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Some women will try, and that's great, and that's admirable.
Shout out to Donna. She did do it. Donna and Steffi, they did do it. I couldn't do it, but good for them.
But imagine y'all had to build that camp, and it was nothing but women. Y'all had no men.
There are camps that have only women. There are camps that exist like that.
I'm talking about the camp you was telling me about that you was a part of.
Oh, my camp? Oh, I mean, there's a lot going on there. So we need everybody.
you need the men. That's what I'm saying. Y'all had take all the men away from your camp. Is your camp the same?
Everyone. Okay, we need everyone. Anyway.
Exactly. Take the men away. That camp ain't the same. It's a whole different camp now.
It may take a little longer, but it could still get done. It may take a little longer. That's all. I'm sticking to it.
Lord Jesus. But I think here's the thing. I'm not opposed to women, operating in the first world country. The thing is that I'm opposed to women thinking that they are men. Like, okay, I'm doing this and I don't need a man and I can do it. I'm woman, hear me roar. No, you're not gonna roar, and it's not that case. Like I have plenty of homegirls who are doing great things. My homegirl Latoya, my homegirl Cam, they're doing wonderful things, making moves in this country, making money, doing the whole nine. But they are both realistic women, which is what I appreciate about them. They will be the first to tell you, like, I'm a woman. I say what I'm just trying to do. I just haven't found a man yet. So I'm gonna do my thing and make my money. I ain't gonna just sit back. Oh, I'm a woman. I'm gonna do my thing. But I'm waiting on my king to come in and take his role in my life. But until he come, I'm about to make this money and do my thing. And that's one thing I appreciate about them, because you have so many women who ain't on that. And actually this leads us into our next video. I know you want to get to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, we do want to get to it. And yes, Sunshine, I agree. We do need men. Men need women. We do need each other. I do think that the energy of I don't need anybody needs to go. It absolutely needs to go. But you got
so many women who say that, though.
I know we have so many women say that, and it comes from a place of women feeling oppressed all the time, being told what to do in the past, that women can't do this. And there are women who want to fight through that and show people that they can do it. And some women do it by themselves and they're fine, And I just
but that's stupid.
Not stupid, Freddie. Everybody's entitled to live their life, so they want to live it. Not everybody's dream to get married and be in a relationship. They can do whatever they want.
Wait, yeah, everybody's entitled to do whatever you want to do, but that don't mean that some of the stuff you're gonna do ain't stupid.
That's your opinion that it's stupid, and you're entitled to
so do you not agree that people can do whatever they want to do, but some things that people do are stupid?
I know you're about to say something ridiculous, Freddie, and this is what I was telling you guys on Instagram. We're going at it today. What, you're going to say something ridiculous? I know you're going to say something.
No, I'm just saying period. I'm saying period. I'm asking you, like,
Freddie, I'm saying within a relationship, if you want to be in a relationship, you want to be married, you don't want to be married, whatever you do, you're entitled to do whatever you want.
You want to marry a tree? It's fine, right?
Unfortunately, Freddie, you can these days. I don't necessarily agree with that, but unfortunately, you probably can. There'll be some mandate where you can marry a tree. I don't know. We're not there yet.
Oh Lord, and we probably won't get there because you gonna vote for it. Like you open the door. Look at you.
I'm talking about relationships with humans, people. That's what I'm talking about.
Trees are living things.
Freddie, okay, I think we're taking it a little too far. Okay, I'm just saying. Everyone.
No, we not. We actually not. It's funny you say that because I guarantee we went back to the 1800s and you talk about stuff that's happening today. People like you taking it too far. Stop it. And now look.
Listen, I'm not saying it's not possible. There are people who think they're dogs all day and goats and things. So of course these are real things. If it's a man tree, hi Aunt Lacey. That's funny. But my point is, Freddie, if you find a person, I'm saying a person, and you guys can make sense of whatever it is, whatever dynamic you want to have, and it makes both of you happy, I do not care what that means. Or if you're by yourself and you want to do all that by yourself, knock yourself out. What am I to say? I don't care. I'm just gonna do what works for me. Okay.
Listen, Dre don't care about none of y'all. I care about y'all. Dre don't care about y'all.
I care. I'm just saying.
You just said it. You just said it.
I don't care what people do to be happy. That's what I said. Thank you. Let's get specific.
Happy.
Oh, here he comes. Air quotes. Okay, you guys. We're moving on to our next clip, which I also picked. Okay, here we go.
I don't care why you masculine.
It don't even matter.
I don't care what happened to you. I'm a 40-year-old man.
You got a daughter?
No, I don't.
Because but
my point is this.
Right.
You all wouldn't care if a man came to you feminine and said, my dad wasn't in my life. My mom didn't teach me this. You say, bro, you 38 years old. I don't want to deal with a feminine man that hasn't addressed his issues. So for me, dealing with a woman that way, I'm going to tell you the same thing. I understand you had issues or whatever growing up and you had to be a certain way. But I'm not going to put up with it as far as trying to be in a relationship with you because you don't know how to be a feminine woman.
So what's a feminine woman? What's your definition?
A woman that basks her femininity. She knows how to be submissive to a man. She knows how to speak life into a man. She knows how to nurse, knows how to take care of a home and take care of kids. She knows how to be accountable. She knows how to be reasonable. She knows how to be understanding when she's dealing with a man and knows which battles to choose when she's dealing with him. And
his whole outfit got on my nerves.
You say his outfit?
I didn't like that hat. I didn't like any of it. Okay, you go ahead first, Freddie, then I'll jump in.
What I think is just so goofy and so bogus and so tired that women do. Like when you talk about a feminine woman, a woman always, what's a feminine woman? What once a woman asks that, that's the biggest red flag ever. Because why don't you know what a feminine woman is? It'd be different if you asking that man like, what's a feminine woman to you? But the thing is we know what a feminine woman is. As a woman, you should know what a feminine woman is. That's the first thing. Because you said go. I wouldn't. So here's the thing, because the thing is the reason why I don't like that is because women like to do that to misdirect the conversation. Instead of replying to what he said, let's ask a question. What's a feminine woman? Because the reason why women do that, because then when you answer it and you say what a feminine woman is, they never get to your question. Then they start to attack what you say a feminine woman is. And if it ain't solid, like what he said, you can't dispute it all. It was solid from A to Z. But some men might answer that question and their answer isn't solid. And so then the woman like, oh, see, that's a feminine woman, and they shoot at what his definition of feminine woman, but didn't address what he said about a woman already being feminine before she meets a man. Because what he said was so valid, because there's not a woman alive that will meet a man that's wild feminine, deep in his feminine energy, and you don't see no masculinity, but he tell you like, I went through all this, and so I'm gonna do this until a woman brings out the masculinity in me. And a man said that to a woman, she gonna be like, check please, and she is up out of there. It's a wrap, son. Whatever you thought was gonna happen, whatever she thought was gonna happen, ain't happening no more. She is up. She up and is stuck. And so, but vice versa, we have women say that. I'm masculine. I'm in my masculine energy, but okay, no, I can be feminine, but I'm not gonna be feminine until a man brings it out of me. And when a man shows me I can rest in my feminine energy, then I'll rest in my feminine energy. But it's like that seems logical, but a man saying until a woman shows me I can rest in my masculine energy, I'll rest in my masculine energy. But until then, I'm gonna be feminine. What? That literally makes that is a exact one for one. But women think that's logical, and that goes back to, I'll say, accountability. Women and accountability is like, no, I don't want it.
Freddie, now listen. I hear what you're saying, and I listened to this, and I listened to this objective. I was like, okay, I understand what he's saying, because he's right. If a guy came to me and said, I'm not going to be feminine, I'm not going to be masculine until you bring it out of me. But I do unfortunately think that there's a double standard here. I think there's a double standard.
No, not here.
Yes, because somebody said something about, like, why is it a masculine quality if a woman's taking care of herself, if she has her own house, if she's doing all these things? And I don't even like if women use that word.
Who said that was a masculine?
This is what some women say and some men say. Oh, if you're doing all these things by yourself. I remember one time you told me, how is it advantageous to a man because I own my condo? And I thought that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. It's like, why can't I own my condo? Like, who cares? You know, if a man
did you hear what you said? Did you hear what you said?
What do you mean? Why can't
I don't think you heard what you... No, you said that, because what I said was, it's not advantageous to the man that you own your own condo. I didn't say anything was wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, but that's not advantageous to the man.
That doesn't make any sense, Freddie. I can have a condo and that have nothing to do with our relationship.
Are you, Dre? You're not listening. I'm gonna say. Let me say it again. Dre. You're not listening. Let me say it again.
If I rent my apartment, that's better.
No,
for
that's
a man.
no.
How is it not advantageous to a man for me to own my condo?
I'm gonna tell you. Like, you gotta listen now. Don't listen to respond. Actually, listen to what I'm saying. It's not advantageous.
I'm listening.
It is not advantageous for a woman to own her condo meeting a man. Basically, that does nothing for a man. That doesn't benefit the man in any regard. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm not saying a woman should not own something. She should not own a house. She should not own a condo if that's what she wants to do. But it does nothing for a man. It does not benefit me at all. It benefits you. And we talking about a relationship. What are you bringing to benefit me that makes you more appealing to me? That does not make you more appealing to me, because generally speaking, the reason why it doesn't is because your house, your condo you own, if you meet a man, you get with a man, are you signing that over to him?
It depends on the situation, Freddie, but I don't know why I would be signing over my condo.
Are you putting his name on the deed?
Freddie, it depends on the way the relationship goes. Maybe I move in with him and I sell my condo. Maybe he moves in with me. We get married.
No. I'm talking. Okay, you sell your condo. Okay. Wait. You sell your condo. Okay. The money you make off your condo, is any of that going in his pocket?
That's mine. It's my condo.
Exactly. Thank you.
For his money to go in my pocket from his.
No, it would actually, because if the dude had a condo, met you, y'all relationship, y'all got married, he sold his condo, that money he made would go in your pocket. It would go to you.
It's not going to directly go to me, Fred. That doesn't make any sense. Why would it directly go to me? It's his condo. Anyway,
that money would go. Like, are you not seeing this?
Right. I understand why, if somebody owns their own condo and he sells his condo, why am I taking this man's money? That doesn't make any sense to me.
He's going to give it to you. And you're going to expect money to come your way.
I would not expect money to, Freddie, I am not that kind of woman. I do not expect money to come my way.
Look, here's the thing, because that would increase his bottom line, and all the things you expect for a man to do involves resources and money. When you guys go out, who's taking care of the bill? Is it you or him?
Well, it's probably going to be him.
How you think he gonna pay for it?
like that. I'm thinking that this man is giving me the money from his condo. That's how you were saying it. No, he's not giving me the money.
No. I mean, he's not taking the money and then coming with a suitcase of money like, here you go, Drea. But the thing is he's gonna have the money. He's gonna have the money to then purchase things for you, to spend money. When you guys go out to eat, you're expecting him to pick up the check. He's spending. It's not vice versa. When you sell your condo, you're not like, okay, I'm taking you out. I'm doing this. I'm spending money on you. When we go out to eat, I'm paying for it.
That's actually not true. I would take my man out and spend money on him. That's actually not true at all. I totally would. 100%. And by the way, if we're getting a house or something, I could go get into getting a new house. You're frozen. Anyway, back to the clip of what. No, now you're not. Now you're not frozen. Back to what I'm talking about, Freddie. The point is, I do understand what this guy is saying. However, I do think that there's a double standard in a relationship, especially nowadays with women and how they view relationships, and how if you are going to be led, quote unquote, by your man. And by the way, this is real. This conversation is a hot topic in our culture. This is not a hot topic in other cultures, by the way. People aren't having these conversations about submitting and leading and all these things. People are just showing up to relationships and be like, hey, I like you, you like me, we're going to do this thing. And that's how it is, okay? So I am privy to those other conversations where this is just not happening all the time, where it's like, hey, I'm the man, I'm going to lead. That's the voice that I always do. That is not happening. But he is correct in that if a man is going to show up to you and say, I can't access my masculine energy because I went through all these things, therefore I'm going to be feminine. Yes, 100%. Probably most women are going to not to leave that person, 100%. But I do think it is more common the other way around. And to me, like I said earlier, I don't care what anybody does. If that's how that man feels, a woman needs to show up right there in her femininity, and that's how he has to operate. Good for him. He has his boundaries. He has his list of things he's not going to tolerate, and more power to him. And that woman will show up for him. But not everybody's like that.
But what do you agree with what he's saying, or you disagree?
I agree with what he's saying about a man showing up as a feminine man. Women aren't going to tolerate that. That is actually correct.
What about the women? You gonna hold the women feet to the fire or not?
I think that works for him. I think that's fine. But I don't.
I'm saying, what are your thoughts? What do you think? You think a woman should show up feminine, or she show up however she wants?
Women should show up however she feels need to show up in that moment, Freddie. And if that man brings out whatever in her, then that's great. Because some people do bring that out of you. And my computer's about to die. Some people do bring that out of you. I know it's fine now. We're good.
Show up with your juice.
No, but some men do bring, because listen, everybody, as you've watched our podcast, you guys can tell I'm not, I mean, a woman that I am. However, there are men that can, it's organic. It's organic. If you come to me, it's like that clip that I would like to play. I want to play that clip from the Office, that little funny meme. Like that describes me. Remember that? Like that. It's like I want to be led in a certain way, but I don't want you to tell me that I'm being led, but I want to be led when I want to be led. And that's just how it is. So
basically you want a man to manipulate you.
No, it's not about manipulating me. It's not about
That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that is.
That's not true, Freddie. It's things happening organically. If you show up as who you are and I show up as who I am, and those two things in itself organically creates these experiences where I'm like, oh, I'm kind of being softer right now. It's not about manipulating me. I don't want somebody to show up and be like, oh, I'm going to make Drea do this, but she's not going to know. No. It's not about that. Because I've met men who aren't trying to do anything. Freddie, you can laugh all you want to. These things are real. People do not show up and, oh, I'm going to do this to Drea, whatever. No.
No, I mean, is the dude saying that?
People bring different things out of people. Like some friends I go hang out with, it brings out my goofy fun side. Some other friends I hang out with, it brings out the more serious side in me. That's the same thing in relationships. You're in a long-term relationship, different people bring out different sides of you. That is a fact.
So I'm not saying a dude comes and he says like, hey, I'm gonna make Drea do some stuff, but she ain't gonna know what I'm doing. I'm not saying that, but what you just said, you said that you want to be led, but you don't want to know that you're being led.
Freddie, it's kind of, I'm just saying these things in jest also about the meme, okay? Get out of here.
That is manipulation. That's like, oh, he leading you, but you don't know that he's doing that, but you look up like, oh, he leading me.
Get out of here. I'm saying it in jest. That's why I want to show the meme. It's obviously a joke, right? So
so you brought up what Felicia said. She should be herself and he should too. And if they don't match, keep it pushing. Like, yeah, like who you are. No. But no, the thing is we're talking about, because the thing is y'all don't say this at work. I guarantee Felicia don't say that. You don't say this at work. Y'all don't go to work and be like, I'm just me. This is what I do. Like, no, you change. You change based on your boss, who you working with, to coalesce.
Exactly. That's totally true. But I'm not going to do that when I get home. I want to be who I am. And I want my person to be who they are.
And so that basically what that says is your boss gets more respect than your husband.
Oh my God, Freddie, you are so funny. I can't wait to listen to the comments when we get done with this. This is so
That's essentially what it is.
Are saying that you got to put a hat on when you go home and you're in your marriage. That is crazy to me. Of course, everybody goes to work, or they go with their friends, are on their best behavior. Then you get to go home and you get to be yourself. I never would want to be in a relationship where I got to show up and put on, these certain things for my man. Yes, there are certain things you compromise on, but who I am to my core, I'm always going to be Drea, and that's it.
And so, yeah, and I get that part, but that has nothing to do with being a feminine woman, showing up being feminine. There's nothing to do with that.
I'm missing
and if you're a woman and who you are is not feminine, that is a problem. Because femininity is a woman. That's a problem for the woman.
Not every woman's basking in their femininity. They're not. And guess what? Some men don't give a fuck. They don't care.
Femininity is inherently from a woman.
Freddie,
it's inherently from a woman.
Freddie, not all women are running around going, I need to bask in my femininity. They're not. It's just not everybody's.
I mean, no, I'm not saying all women are running. Like, the thing is, the way you phrase it is women like lunatics. There's some women out there lunatics like running around like, I'm back in my femininity. Like, femininity isn't some unrealistic thing where women like, oh, hi. Like, a lot of people confuse femininity with softness. With softness. Femininity is what he said, being nurturing, being a supportive person, being nurturing, and know how to be submissive to a man. You got some women who are outgoing. Some women are verbose. That's fine. I'm not saying like, oh, you're a verbose woman. Don't be verbose. Be quiet. Shush up. I'm not saying that. Some women are quiet. Some women are meek. Some women are withdrawn. Some women are introspective. Some women are introverted. Some women are extroverted. Women have all types of personality traits, and that is not what we're speaking about. No man is speaking about a woman's personality. What they're talking about is her femininity. The femininity is not your personality. Femininity is what he just said, being nurturing. It's about things that you do, not who you are. It's about things that you do, not who you are.
Isn't that just being a supportive partner? Being nurturing to your partner, showing up for them? Like, isn't that just part of being a partner?
It's nurturing the environment, not just the partner, nurturing the environment that you guys take up. That's the whole thing. Like I said, if you go back and listen to what he said, he hit the nail on the head. If you go back and listen to what he said, he didn't speak to about who different women are. Like what I'm saying, like what Felicia was saying, she should be herself, he should be himself too. The thing is, a man can lead and he could be totally introverted, be a super quiet guy. He's very meek. You don't really hear nothing from him, but he's an apt leader. You got some guys who are more verbose. They come up, hey guys, blah, 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 blah. They bark, just like in football. I played football. I've been on teams where guys didn't really speak much. They more so had actions, and they led more so by their actions. They wasn't the big rah-rah type. You had other guys who were the rah-rah type, but they both were leaders. They both led the team where we needed to go. Two totally different guys and who they are. Nobody try to change who they are. Nobody said like, yo, you don't rah-rah. You need to speak up. You need to rah-rah, do all this. No, be you, but lead the team. And that's what we're saying. Like, women, be you. Like, you, Dre. Like, you're extroverted. You're verbose. You gonna talk. You da 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 da. You gonna run your mouth and you gonna be seen. You're not gonna be in a room if people don't know Dre in the room. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. But that has nothing to do with your femininity. It's nothing to do with it.
All I'm saying is these things for me, they have to come organically, and that's just how I feel about it. I like to play the clip from The Office because it's funny, and I'd like to play it. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to share the screen. Okay.
Oh.
It's very.
I want guidance. I want leadership. But don't just boss me around, Like, lead me when I'm in the mood to be led. So I want guidance. I want leadership. But don't just like boss me around, you know? Like,
I think for me that pretty much sums it up.
I mean that makes perfect sense for you. I think every modern woman thinks like that.
You think every modern woman? Some women don't want anything with it. Honestly, Freddie, there are some men who honestly could give to you know what about any of these roles and labels and titles. They just don't.
I think you made a good point about the communities and stuff like that. You know, I've been in and around the other community, we'll call, but I know you can really speak to it because you are immersed in that community. So I would definitely defer. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, speaking of me saying I would always defer to you in that regard. That's what a leader does. Like if like say this, we were doing something I was leading, like I know to defer to you on those matters because I know like you're totally immersed in that. You've been around that community in different tax brackets and all that. So I wouldn't step in there, Drea, sit down, have a seat. I got this. I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, hey, Drea, okay, I know a little bit, but I'd be like, Drea, come here. All right, so look, tell me. I'll be like, talk to me, Drea. Give me the information. Because I know you are chock full of the information. And then the thing is I would have you give me all the information. Then I would go and then present the information. Like, hey, look, boom, 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 boom. And then stand up with the information. Like, you know, if we were married, I would do that. And it's like, okay, any darts or any blowback from what I said would come to me because I presented it. I wouldn't have you get up there and tell them, Drea. And to where people blowback happen and they're like, oh, get up, woo, and then I got to get up and say, like, no, I would get up there and present it and the blowback would come to me. And then you could be over on the side and you wouldn't have to deal with any of that blowback. That's the whole concept of being a leader and leading. You know when to defer. And so the thing is what he said is a common modern woman. A modern woman wants to lead when it's comfortable, when it's easy. Everybody love you. All right, I got this, babe. Have a seat. But then when it get tough, when it's like, I got some heavy lifting and you got to put these nails in, you got to kill the boar, snatch the heart out and eat it and all that. Now it's like, oh, no. I want to be led now. You lead me, baby. Go ahead and lead. And it's like, no, that ain't how that works.
Listen, and we can wrap it up with these lovely thoughts, Freddie. And yes, Sam, I do see your question. I'm
going to point that out.
With a conditionally masculine man. Sam, I don't know if you just tuned in. I think there's a double standard there, and I'm going to stick by that. Thank you. Good to see you, Sam.
She wouldn't.
What?
You wouldn't.
Oh,
I mean, you already said that. It's not a double standard. That's an exact 1-for-1. Not double standard.
And I appreciate everyone's energy around finding yourselves a submissive woman that you can lead. And if that works for you, carry on, my friends. Carry on. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Freddie, do you have any last thoughts?
Once again, like I said, I had to wear the all black because I knew it was going to be a bloodbath and it was going to be the funeral. So, once again, I put that face in the dirt. Freddie,
not today.
Freddie 28, Drea 0. My streak still.
Whatever. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, do all the things. We'll see you. Bye.
That's that.